And welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, April 2nd, 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording right about an hour and a half prior to the USA session up and done by Vantage Markets. All right, well, let's get with it. It's Liberation Day morning, and as the sun rises, we still don't know what tariff measures are waiting to be unwrapped. 4 p.m. is the timeline. Even smaller than fear levies are likely to have big ramifications. Now, the key tests for President Donald Trump's Rose Garden announcement are likely to be how broadly tariffs are applied, at what levels, and whether there are additional sector-specific measures. In a worst-case scenario, there could be a 20% across-the-board increase to tariffs on U.S. imports. Perhaps the market's biggest hope is that no matter what the numbers, Trump signals that this is the end of the stream of tariff threats, the best gift he could give investors as the sun sets. Is there certainty to be able to value a company's future earnings? If they get that, then the headline numbers might not matter so much. With that being said, we can come in, first of all, we are in an hourly candlestick chart of the NASDAQ. And we are seeing how the market is entering this sell-off really in the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, right? This could be easily placed or let's say looked at, analyzed as that the market is pricing in those numbers. Obviously, yesterday we did have a pretty volatile hour at the beginning of the trading session. Markets fluctuated lower, hitting our first level of supports, then rebounding from that, and climbing almost up to 19,700. But from here, from this climax, the market has retreated. We see a nice doji signaling, a change in direction, in trend, intermediate trend, and we have seen that. Now, this level that where we at, that's gonna be our first level of resistance. This, since it was a nice level of support, but that's gonna be a level of resistance. So we're gonna bring down our marker to the 50-day moving average, which usually acts as a dynamic level of resistance. And then as far as support goes, I want to be able to use something where, like so, this 3 candles here gives me a nice level of probable level of support. And I'm going to use yesterday's swing low and leave that as an hourly chart. The announcement, obviously, like I said, is going to be at 4 p.m. So when the market is closed, to now cause big volatility in it. He could have done it in the morning prior to market open. He could have done it while the market was open, but he's decided to do it when the market is closed. So a lot of countries outside, obviously, out of the United States will be at that time more likely asleep. But so far, we are seeing that the market is entering a sell-off. RSI has hit below the 50, momentum being built up to the downside. So selling the indices across the board, because the same thing happens with the S&P. S&P has a bit more of a, I'm just going to use the same levels this area here as a probable level of resistance, and the 50-day moving average again as a probable level of resistance. And then we're gonna come here and use kind of the same level. Oh, even though the market is right there though. So therefore, I'm gonna use that swing low. And then the second level, we could do something different. So let's catch this high. Yeah, I was gonna do 610. Market is right there. and this one. All right, so I wanted to use, so this is 5,600 psychological round number. So from this value, 5,600 times 0.382% minus equals 5578. So that's gonna be my next level of support for the S&P. So I grab my first level of support and I multiply that by 0.382%, which is a Fibonacci number. And I found that, let's see if there will be a level where we can find some support. Then when we have here the Dow, the Dow with this fluctuation is much way too high for what I expect for the market to do today, which is to trade lower. So let's use that as my first level of resistance, and the 50-day moving average as my second one. And then as far as where the lines for support levels, 41,920. And then the second one, I'm gonna do the same. The market's coming hard, it's dropping hard. Most likely we're gonna be hitting this level by the time that 41,759. That's gonna be the next level. 41,759. Let me 759. Okay. Yeah, that is a pretty deep support, but we see there's a very long candlestick and that wick is quite long. So for whatever reason, it stopped there, and the 0.382 per Fibonacci figure is just almost hit it. So that's where I'm gonna use it. That's why I'm using it. All right, so that's that. Crude oil, and we have crude oil. All right, so crude oil is retreating. I mean, it has made nice move to the upside. So, but I'm looking at crude oil to really just stay very competitive, which means trading higher, perhaps from here where we are right now, which basically we have created a nice bottom right here. So you know what, 70.71 times 3.32% minus equals 70.43, which is basically almost where I had my 70.43. That's my first level of support. I'm used. Where I placed my cursor, I just use that because I'm just using this lows right here, which basically almost coincide, right? So from here, from this level, I'm multiplying it by 0.382%, and that gives me this value. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Different methods, different approaches. Then we have here Nat Gas that has finally traded below $4, and it yesterday had a so this level right here obviously is going to be a level of support, because that's basically what the market is showing me. All right, so we have that, and then from here I want to be able to use the 390 is too tight. I'm going to use 388. And then resistance, I need to bring down the lines. So I'm going to use 50 moving average and my first level of resistance. And then just this level right here, 402, 403. There we have it. So these are an hourly chart again, remember that. So selling Nat Gas, we could probably see a pickup of momentum on that, but I mean, demand for Nat Gas is just gonna increment throughout time. All right, gold. Well, gold, 3150. I keep on having that particular target. I'm gonna use an upper Bollinger Band since the market is right now, the 50-day moving average is below the market, and the 20, the medium of the Bollinger Band is right where the market is at. So this is a nice level of support right here for the market. So 3100, which makes it that little swing low here yesterday, be my first level. I'm gonna use that as my second level of support, and I'm gonna use this swing low, which coincides with another swing low. So that's my first level of support for gold. And obviously we are looking, I mean, tariffs could be just the catapult that needed gold to reach even higher. I mean, it's gonna continue to move higher anyway. That's common sense. Then we have silver. So we have silver here, and it has retraced a whole lot. Okay, so we're trading below our first level of support that we have placed yesterday. So this level right here is nice. I mean, I could use the upper part of this volume cluster or the lower part, but where it's at, it's crossing right smack in the middle of it. So it makes sense to me to use that. And then the second one, I'm gonna use that swing low as my second. And as far as resistance goes, I'm gonna use not the 50-day move. I'm gonna use the upper Bollinger Band and bring down my resistance, my second resistance, to 3420. Okay, there we have it. I mean, it is retracing, but hey, it's expected. Nothing moves one direction at a time. Then we have copper. Copper is, I'm gonna use $5 just because that's the psychological value of it. And perhaps it'll come and get tested today. And as my second, I'm gonna use this sort of kind of double bottom here, which touches the lower Bollinger Band as well. As far as resistance goes, I'm gonna use this swing high as my first level, and my second 580. All right, so the metals are having a bit of a pressure to the downside, but that's just profit taking also. Then we have Bitcoin that has obviously fluctuated above our levels or lines. All right, so as far as resistance goes, upper Bollinger Band jumps at me, first one, and then I'm gonna look for the next level that is round, and it's 86,000. Psychological round values are good. They're respected. Then if this most likely is gonna overlap, so that's when I'm gonna use that level. And then as far as my second level, 83,750, around there. Okay, there we have for Bitcoin. Tighter spread on there. Then we have Euro. The Euro seems to be just, I'm gonna use that. Oh, the bands are just squeezed really hard. Interesting, because that is a recipe for a breakout, and the longer it stays in there, the stronger the breakout will be. Direction to the upside being favored, obviously. So that we have looking for a buy, looking for a movement to the upside. It's gonna be a volatile day as traders come in and speculate the behavior of the assets before Trump's meeting or his announcement here of his tariffs later on today. I'm gonna actually bring a bit lower this 19,830 My second, looking for a move up. The 50-day moving average and the 20-day and the 20 or medium of the volume are intertwined. That's a great level of support when you see that. That's a very strong level of support. So if the market does happen to fluctuate towards it, I'm pretty sure we'll see a reversal. I mean, the market comes trading low towards it and then just reverses and goes higher. That's if it does that, if it continues to do that. Because also, what it could also do, it could just, this is basically for the last 2 hours in this one, the third hour, it is doing equal highs, equal lows. That's the setup of a breakout, prior level of congestion, sideways moving, equal high, equal lows, and a breakout to the upside. This is a bit more of a body on the candles, but however, I still favoring a breakout to the upside. Gold dollar index will have a lot to say about what will happen, which direction would things go, and in a way, because obviously as it picks up steam and becomes more valuable, because a bit and moves to the upside, it will put pressure obviously on the currencies and metals. But if we happen to see this is also a nice setup of a breakout, equal highs, equal lows. The market began from the low end, so will it continue to raise higher, or in this hour will trade lower and break out to the downside? So I'm gonna favor the downside. Okay, so you see that, if you see that breakout to the downside, you'll see a rally on the currencies, sorry about that, and the metals. More likely, currently indices will suffer some and will fluctuate lower. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.